cutting the cost of production in our industries. Right now, my business is Park Farm Company Limited, which is a registered company. Our industries consumes a lot of firewood, which is not available, and also biodiesel, which is also not available. And we want to substitute these things from firewood. They use briquettes. Right now, I'm doing briquettes, which briquettes are made from biomass. Currently, I'm using sawdust, which we made them with a briquetting machine, and we make briquettes. They burn longer, got high calorific value, and they don't spoil our atmosphere.
Basically, what we are doing, we are cleaning our markets and townships by utilizing the fruit peelings and eggshells to develop an environmentally friendly fuel that we call biojet. What happens here is we all know that when we eat fruits, we normally throw away the fruit peelings. And when they decompose, they pollute the environment. So we therefore then are converting these fruit peelings to bioethanol. So documentation of fruits and our calcium source from eggshells to up with an environmentally friendly fuel, the biojet.
At the edge of Kakamega Forest is Molyro Farmers Conservation Group, who are the overall winners of Net Fund GEA2 awards. The group generates income through the commercial cultivation and secondary processing of an indigenous medicinal plant, produce a brand of mineral products. The enterprise reduces pressure on the biodiverse Kakamega forest by offering an alternative to the exploitation of forest resources.
The National Environment Trust Fund, in collaboration with the Ministry of Environment and Forestry and sister agencies in the environment sector, is also leading in coordination of the campaign to mobilize resources to plant and grow 2 billion trees in public forests and community lands across the country, specifically in countries with the lowest tree cover, as well as most degraded ecosystems such as water towers, coastal and drylands ecosystems.
Garissa Million Trees is an environmental social enterprise that targets to plant 10 million trees in northern counties. That is Garissa, Wajir, Mandera, Isiolo, and Marsabit. Our target is for a period of 10 years. We do different type of tree seedlings. We do indigenous trees, exotic trees, species, and ornamental. As you can see, this is a dryland area, and our tree cover is very low, and it's still very hot. And we realize that we need to venture into agroforestry.
There are 5 major water towers in the country, namely Aberdare Range, Cherangani Hills, Mount Elgon, Mount Kenya, and Mau Forest Complex. Mau Forest Complex Water Tower is the most important water tower in Kenya that supports millions of livelihoods nationally, regionally, as well as internationally. It covers an area of 455,000 hectares and is as large as the forest of Mount Kenya and the Aberdare Range combined. The water tower is a major catchment for 13 major rivers. The Mau Forest Complex Water Tower breathes life into the Masai Mara and Serengeti National Reserves. The major wildebeest migration across the Mara River, dubbed the 8th wonder of the world, greatly depends on water from the Mau Complex Water Tower.
Climate change is escalating and complicating new and old conflicts throughout the world. The evidence, ladies and gentlemen, is irrefutable. All the reports...
Mau Forest Complex Water Tower. According to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, the total population of Kenya has increased from 38.6 million in 2009 to 47.6 million people in 2019.
From Gulf Bank. She has not given me a name, but she'll introduce herself. So let's give the welcoming Makofi Twende. Karibu. Just one. Yeah, the colleagues from Gulf. Pangea could come in front, please. And CEO and Claim Finance, please come in front. Yeah, okay. Okay, so good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sada Mohammed. I'm the head of commercial banking at Gulf African Bank. Maybe just a brief introduction for those who have not heard maybe about Gulf African Bank. We are a Sharia compliant bank that has been in the country for the past 13 years. Point of clarity, we do finance both Muslims and non-Muslims. People have always had the notion of this is a Sharia compliant bank, it's only serving the Muslim faiths and all that, but we are a bank that is open to all faiths, all ethics, and we are open to all customers across the world. So today we are going to talk about a little bit how Gulf African Bank, we are aligning ourselves towards the diaspora market. And as we were having our tea break, there were some few points that we could pick from the discussions of the needs of the diaspora market, that they feel like we have neglected them, that they are not part of us, they are not inclusive of us back here at home. So how do we bring them back to us and align ourselves to that, okay? So in terms of, it's coming up. So in terms of us offering opportunities to our clients, looking at the investment opportunities, the diaspora market has been struggling with where do we invest back home? Who can we trust to invest back home? So we did identify this as an opportunity. We have seen its success and the support given to the diaspora clients that we have across the country in terms of how do they come and validate their investments and they're sure. So we, as a financier and also as an advisor, we decided to look at real estate investments where we do have quite substantial developments that are happening in the country, both high-end, middle-income, and low-cost housing projects, where we try and support our diasporas, regardless of the income levels that they have where they are working basically abroad. And when we look at that parameter, we saw there was a big opportunity, and how do we align ourselves to this? Right now, we have created a real estate club where our diaspora clients can log in. These are projects that we have validated as a bank. We will oversee basically the sale transaction, the perfection of securities, just to give comfort to this diaspora that the transaction is quite valid, and of course the payments and the structured repayments aligned to the cash flows that they are receiving from where they are working. In terms of creating that particular product and bundling it, when we scanned the environment, we saw that people were refraining from maybe acquisition of real estate, even our diaspora markets, because of the pricing that is being offered. So how do we become competitive in terms of the products that we offer, and look at how do we leverage that with our customers? And with that, we did come with a home mortgage financing product, where we are financing these particular customers at 11.75%. We've seen a very good uptake on our diaspora market, where they are asking for particular sections of properties that they can invest in. and with the developers that we have established a portfolio with over the years, giving them the confidence that these particular projects are also solid. So with that, you find they are able to get their receivables. If somebody wanted to acquire a home for their family, they are assured that the process is okay, and we are also able to support them in that particular perspective. So this has been quite a success for us. The other thing that we offer opportunities to our diaspora markets is in terms of the investment opportunities from a deposit perspective. Like earlier mentioned, we are a Sharia compliant bank, and we know, like the Muslim community, we cannot invest in the treasury bills and the bonds. So somebody will want maybe to have an investment for 1 year. So we do have investment products in all currencies, foreign and local currency, and also encourage our diasporas to have their remittance, because people would like to maintain maybe their remittances in their foreign currency. So we do have foreign currency accounts where they can have their deposits, and in future, when they want maybe to provide sustenance to their family, they are able to convert that on a monthly basis to their Kenya shilling account and transfer that to their maybe families and the like. So you find that has really supported our diasporas in terms of being able at least to have that safe custody of their deposits, and also in terms of investments. When you look at the access, because these people are not locally available in the country, the traditional way of doing business, of going to the bank and being handled at that particular time is not possible. So how do we make this digital penetration and accessibility to transact even when they are where they are as diaspora clients? So we do have various access points in terms of partnerships with various remittances, and also internally we do have a very robust internet banking platform where these particular clients are able to transact and maybe send the remittances to the respective parties that they are interested in. So more of this information, we do have our booth that is outside there, and our staff are available on the ground. Most of us are aware about Noor, who has joined in various diaspora events, is there to clarify any issues that we can reach out to on. In terms of how do we join, now you're working or living in the diaspora, how do you come and become part of the Gulf African Bank family? Okay, basically we are looking at Kenyans that are having maybe both dual citizenship, foreigners with investments or business opportunities that they would like in Kenya, or foreigners with family links in Kenya, okay? And you would like to have some sort of banking that is being done locally also here. So you can be able to do that by downloading the forms. It's a very easy process. We've made it very customer friendly. The forms are downloaded through the website that is provided. Of course, the notarization has to happen, and the account is opened as the hard copies maybe are being couriered via DHL or other agencies. So with that, we are still looking at other opportunities that we can support diaspora. We have seen diaspora coming in, looking for investment opportunities, looking at how do we support even other sectors of the economy, in terms of somebody will tell you, I'm interested in agriculture, I'm interested in penetrating a certain segment like real estate. How do we come in and support? So we do have structured products that we have designed for this particular segment of customers, and we are looking at continuously improving and creating a good value proposition for our diaspora market. Thank you very much.
Good. Well,
Thank you.
Another round for applause. Our chief guest, I'm informed, is just 5 minutes away, so at some point we may request to go and meet him as the program continues. Yeah, I'm hoping that we are now projecting the speakers. Some on Zoom were like chairman of Kenya Qatar Diaspora Circle, following from Doha, and will be speaking tomorrow, was saying, like we were seeing people earlier, now we're not seeing, but now I believe it's now seeable. Having said that, I want to just briefly recognize two people in the room. I don't know if he has stepped aside. It was Chris or Malwa stepped aside. Chris is at the back, all the way from Delaware. Give him a round of applause. I think he's the first, he supported Nation, but now Standard, East Africa, KTN, come all the way. So talk of media, you're very well in safe hands. Another round of applause for Chris. partly because he rarely misses these activities. Even when he comes home and goes to the village, then he comes over to Lesereni. Another person I want to recognize is we have a governor in the making, all the way from Norway and Germany, but maybe, who knows, future governor of Taita Taveta. Madam Rachel Mwakazi Skiep. A round of applause. So again, colleagues, if I don't see you, remember old age, get close so that we can recognize you. I think at this point, in the interest of time, Pangea, please have your turn. If we walk out, it's not because we don't appreciate. It's just that the chief guest, the Honorable Minister, is probably arriving. So, Semia, I know the one person I really feel for is Emmanuel Chandaria. For those of you following on Zoom, he has been religiously there, but he will speak when the minister is here. So, Mzee Chandaria, we really appreciate, we treasure you. He's our first diaspora ambassador, so we're delighted he can be there. Give him another round of applause. Patiently following, if you are on Zoom, you will, or even on Facebook Live or YouTube. And by the way, I've just seen we are trending